Hey everyone, and welcome back to what is now the rebranded version of this channel, and devices. And we recognize them as environments, as I mentioned before, or applications. Applications are basically what technologies can achieve. So for example, the robots are used within factories, in the environment of factories, to assemble a car. Our Apple MacBook and our iPhones are used every day for us to control important applications like perhaps Spotify, Messenger, Calendar, and on aircraft, for example. An aircraft is a computer system that has very sophisticated software that allows for pilots to either control or run the airplane on autopilot to allow us to fly anywhere in the world. So those are individual computer systems that achieve applications, and they form a part of an ICT system. Okay, so that is the first chapter that we're going to be talking about, the components of an ICT system. So firstly, we'll be talking about hardware. So the hardware that goes into composing a computer system, things, and I'm always talking specifically about internal hardware. So these are not external hardware, things like input and output devices. We'll be not talking about mice, keyboard, speakers, because believe it or not, we don't need those to operate a computer. Yeah. We'll then be going into software. So these are the fundamental programs that we use, such as operating systems, utility systems, as well as applications such as Office, Microsoft Office, or your favorite Counter-Strike game. Okay. Then we go into detail on individual operating systems and their really what the general tasks of operating systems are. For example, controlling the operation of devices. They supervise the loading, running, and storage of application programs, deals with errors, security, computer logs, and allow the communication between the user and the computer system. This is known as the user interface, or you have things like the CLI, which is a not so friendly user interface that we'll be talking about in this topic. We'll also be going into different computer systems. So from your general purpose PC setup to laptops, kiosks, smartphones, okay? And then we'll be talking about another subset of computer systems that we recognize as emerging systems. These are things that are becoming a more prevalent part of our everyday lives, that are growing at remarkable rates, that we typically don't necessarily interact with it in our everyday lives. These are things that are quite high-tech, things like artificial intelligence, robotics, and for example, quantum cryptography or encryption. So these are very promising technologies that we will only learn on the surface. Okay, so these are the 5 key topics that by the end of this chapter, when you do come to familiarize with, you'll be able to have a very broad overview to start off on ICT systems and computer systems. Okay, so I hope today you've been able to understand what an ICT system is and how that differentiates from computer systems, and you have a better overview of what this chapter includes. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a nice day.